Leaving one career for another can be intimidating and even stressful for any of us. That is especially true for our nation's veterans.
Luckily, there are people and programs in place to help make that transition from a military uniform into civilian clothes more manageable. One veteran from Maine is hoping her story inspires other service members to jump into their next adventure. Amanda Violette has been working at Bernstein Schur's law firm since January. Up until recently, her office has looked very different. You had said that you watched too many movies or you watched Star Trek too much and you were looking for an adventure.
Yes.
Did you find that adventure with the military?
I definitely did. It was, by all accounts, exactly what I was hoping for. It was a way to see the world, meet new people, experience new things, also be exposed to a different kind of culture. And the culture in and of itself tries to bring out the most of you. Sometimes that's good, sometimes that's bad. But I was always working towards something bigger and better.
During her 20 years serving in the United States Army, Amanda completed 3 combat-related tours in Iraq, spent time in South Korea, France, and even did a stint at the Pentagon. What was it that made you want to stay in the military so long?
The camaraderie was a big part of it. I felt like I met my people when I first went in. It felt right, for one. But also, I did like the challenge. I was constantly faced with situations or challenged to do things that I never would have done on my own. I never would have done if there wasn't some sort of expectation for me to do that.
January 1st, you became a civilian?
Yes.
Okay. What has that been like for you?
Quite frankly, I feel like an alien most days. I do.
Why?
Because I encounter these situations that I just find that, okay, I'm here in a new environment. Even though I'm from Maine, I'm here as an adult for the first time. So I'm getting to know Maine. I've done a full career in the military. And so I'm not inexperienced and unwise to the ways of the world, I guess. And so it's a very strange category to be in. Most weeks there's something that pops up like, oh, right, that's what civilians do. You're a civilian now, Amanda. Get used to it.
When it was time to retire her uniform, Amanda turned to the Department of Defense's SkillBridge and Hiring Our Heroes program.
Hiring Our Heroes is our nation's largest nonprofit that is focused solely on workforce development opportunities for transitioning service members, veterans, and military spouses.
Elizabeth O'Brien is the vice president of Hiring Our Heroes.
SkillBridge was launched just about a decade ago in response to the high rates of unemployment. And what they found was by creating this program, at one point the Department of Defense was probably paying close to $1 billion in unemployment. And we've now knocked that down probably to about $125 million a year. Right. And so we know that the program is working.
How often are you hearing from veterans that they're nervous or they're scared to leave their uniform behind and jump back into the civilian world?
It's about 2,500 to 3,000 transitioning service members a year in their typically last 90 days. You're putting service members into jobs in corporate America. This is a benefit for corporate America as well, right? Their salary is still paid by the Department of Defense. Department of Labor has cleared it. And so the employer also gets to decide, is this a good fit? And as does the service member. Oh, maybe all of these years I was in cyber and I realize now I don't want to be in cyber and I want to switch and be a truck driver, whatever it is. But it's a great window of opportunity.
Amanda found her own opportunities through the program, a new career path, and she got to come back home.
I pretty much left Noblesboro, Maine when I was 18. So I've been kind of reacquainted with the state. So It feels good. I get to be near my sister and my mother, who still lives in Noblesboro. Fortunately for me, Bernstein Schur saw the merit of it and saw the positive of what I described. They get to see what I'm all about, and I get to see if this is really what I want to do, a career in law. Do I want to go to law school? Is this something I want to invest in?
What do you think your path back into civilian life would have looked like if you didn't have this program?
I believe I would have taken the easier path of leveraging my own network within the intelligence community in the DC area. That would have been an easy path for me because there are so many agencies, contractors, defense contractors. No, I'm tired of maintaining a clearance, and I just want to do something very different. I don't know yet what area of law I'd like to practice, but I just have so many more options.
That little bit she just mentioned about staying in the DC area, that really stuck out to me because I think of how many veterans get out of the service and they're thinking, okay, what's close to me? I'm going to stay in DC. And this program allows people like Amanda to come back to Maine, which we need workers, as we know.
The line she said about how most weeks I feel like an alien
I know.
is striking.
I know, but that is how different the world is for
it's
them.
a completely different culture and workplace and on. And so I get it, but to just hear it put so succinctly and so candidly is really interesting.
Yeah, no, I think so too. So hiring our heroes was already established in Maine, but Amanda is the first veteran to be matched with a law firm. So that's pretty exciting. She's going to start law school in the fall. She hopes other businesses across our state hear about this program and get involved too. We've got more information on how businesses can get involved, how veterans can get involved on our website and app.